Thursday morning thoughts. It's AT Malone, the first of my name because the second is already here. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more videos from your boy. Now it is exactly 5 a.m. I'm running about 10 minutes behind, but it's all good. I wanted to start this Thursday morning thoughts off at 5 a.m., but it was kind of hard getting out of bed today. Was a little sluggish doing my workout, but I'll play catch up. No problems at all, man. I have to make sure that I get everything taken care of. And if that means that I fall short sometimes, so be it. I'm only human. I'm not perfect as much as I try to be perfect. As long as the end result yields what I want it to be, that's all that matters at the end of the day. But it is my first day of the work week. I am motivated. I'm ready to go. I get paid tomorrow. That bag is going to be big so I can continue to pay my bills, invest my money, live the life that I want to live. And that's one of the first things that I want to talk about this morning. When I was having my conversation with my son, as you know, I have my weekly one-on-ones with him. We continue to go down his list of things that he wants to accomplish as an adult. And one of the things that stuck out for me was the fact that he said, hey, I want to be able to, buy a house and be able to have an arcade like we have here and have a projector screen that we have in our living room. And I took a step back and I thought about this, guys. We have to do our best to make sure that when we decide to have kids, put them in the best environment possible. We should not be having kids when we are under duress, because when we do that, we are continuing to have a bad cycle of people being developed on this earth. If you are in poverty, do not have kids. Do not do that. You want to make sure that your children experience the life that you never had. And if you did have a good upbringing, you want to continue that. Don't put your child at a disadvantage because you decided to be selfish and irresponsible and have these children without being able to provide the best resources possible in order for them to have the best life that they could possibly have, guys. And that's one of the things that when I look at all of these protests and these riots about ICE coming in the neighborhoods, taking people who came to this country illegally, I'm not really thinking about those people. I'm really concerned about the kids, because the kids are the ones that are innocent. And I said this months before. You should be looking at your parents at the end of the day, because your parents put y'all in this situation. They knew what they were doing at the end of the day, guys. They decided to make a choice. They didn't think about the future and how things could possibly go left by certain decisions that they made. Nobody put a gun to their heads and told them, hey, you got to come to the U.S. illegally. They chose to do that. Yes, they might have came from harsh environments. Yes, they were trying to escape cartels and tyranny and a terrible government. But at the end of the day, you took a risk, and you know it was a risk, and you have to deal with those results. Accountability is such a foreign concept these days. It really is. A lot of people like to point the finger at other people because of their own circumstances instead of pointing the finger at themselves and saying, look, I knew what I was doing. I knew that I had to take this risk, but I got to deal with the consequences if they come. That's what responsibility, accountability, being an adult, a functioning adult, maturity, that's where all of that stuff stems from. And if you have children and you're not instilling these principles, then your kids are going to follow the same path that you led. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to point the finger at everybody else, say it's everybody else's fault, not theirs. That's one thing that I just cannot stand about all of these protests. You knew what you were doing. Yes, you might have tried to get your legalization, but when things don't pan out, you got to start from square one. You do. You got to go home, re-strategize. Trump did give you guys the opportunity to go home and come back, do it the right way. But now these are the consequences for your actions. It is what it is. It sucks. Not for you. It sucks for your kids, because I don't feel bad for the people who are getting caught and getting sent back home. No, I feel bad for the kids, the ones that did not have a choice in the matter. You got to be accountable for your actions, man. But anyways, so raising my son in the right environment lets me know that it actually resonates with him. He wants to emulate the things that he's accustomed to experiencing, seeing. So I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to continue to bust my ass day in and day out so I can provide that life for him, man. But also, when I was having this conversation with him, because we were also talking about success, because he says he wants to have a job so he's able to afford the things that he's accustomed to having, like a house and, cars, being able to pull up in a Benz or a Beamer, something really nice. And I started daydreaming for a second about what life would look like once everything is accomplished, right? And it brought me to that Diddy case that's going on right now. When you are in a position of success and you're thriving, you're doing everything that you can to be at the upper echelon in life. You busted your ass, you sacrificed, you were blessed with a gift of some sort that made you successful, turned you into a celebrity. Why is it that these people turn into straight up degenerates? Have you guys ever thought about that? Have y'all thought about that at all? How these people turn into degenerates? They start doing childish things as if they've never experienced what it is to live life. That makes absolutely no sense to me at all. I do not understand it. When you have all of the money in the world to go travel, to buy all of the material things, you have children, why are you doing stuff that could put you in court, put you in jail? That would be the last thing on my mind, because I would be so focused on legacy and trying to change the world for the better and making sure that my kids will always be in a position to where they can be successful doing the things that they want to do. I don't get that shit at all. So you are basically a genius. You are at the top of your field, regardless if it's entertainment, if it's in the business world or sports. You got blessed with that opportunity and you decide to do degenerate behavior. You just revert back to childish ways, right? I will never understand that. And free Diddy, by the way, because I think everybody was willing participants in these freak-offs. I don't think people were held against their will. I do not believe that at all. I just think that people started going broke, being money hungry, and now they throwing Diddy under the bus. Plus, I think he pissed off the wrong people as well. So whenever you're in a position of power, make sure that you do not become a degenerate. Don't do that shit. There's more to life. There's lives that you could change for the better. Okay, there's philanthropy that you can do. You have children. You need to make sure that they stay on the right path. So don't be a degenerate. Understand that you have been blessed with resources that you could do whatever you want to do in life, but become a degenerate. All right. Well, that is my Thursday morning thoughts. Still got to eat, feed the dog, make my coffee, get my ass to work. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch y'all next time. Peace.
People still talking shit behind my back. That's cool, but I'ma just do me. It's all I can do. They say life's a chess game, well, make it move. But I'm ahead of you and I'm plotting my next move. Gon' run your mouth about me, it's all good. But I'ma still keep a positive attitude. But what you should worry about is what I'ma do. Cause right now I'm plotting my next move. I'm worthy before my competition.